Going right now to Indianapolis, talking to Derek, who's kind enough to give us a call. Hey, Derek, thanks so much for waiting. Thanks for the call. You are live.
All right, this is the real sickle cell warrior. Just touching base.
Hey, man, how is it going down there? What's happening?
Well, it's going well for me. I'm touching a few people, but it's slow going, so I don't just stick on one subject. I found out that people are sick and suffering from A through Z, so I'm calling about associate with a child with autism.
Yeah.
She's 3 years. The son is 3 years old, nonverbal, has sensory issues. I think they move around a lot and has speech delay. And has had some immunizations, and they won't eat meat, but they like peanut butter and jelly, mac and cheese, and French fries. Yeah. And we had heard on the Power Hour where one lady was talking about how pollen, pollen really works with the HEPA, but we wanted to make sure, no matter who's an expert, we want to check with the doctor first.
All right. Well, I appreciate the trust, and I appreciate the call. And I will answer this question at length. We have a real short segment here. So what I'd like to do for the next 4 minutes, 3 minutes more or less, is if you can just tell the listening audience your experience of sickle cell anemia before and after longevity. After the break, I'll answer the autism question. So how old are you, Derek? How old are you?
I'm 46 years old.
And you've been dealing with sickle cell, of course, your entire life, right?
Exactly. It didn't kick in until I was 19.
And from the time that you were 19 until you started longevity, how long ago did you start longevity?
In September 2012.
Okay, so September 2012. So from 19 years of age until last year in September, what was your experience of your health vis-a-vis the sickle cell anemia?
Well, it was better. You know how when you're young, really nothing bothers you too much. But when you turn the corner in your mid-30s, things slow down and your belly gets bigger. Sit up if you want to. But what happened with me was that as time went on, we started enduring, as the weather would change. And, of course, there's nothing in the food. I thought I could eat right, but I didn't know. So I would try to eat the best I could, but I would have a lot of, a couple of times a year, sickle cell crises, being admitted to ER. I was kind of saying, well, I haven't been admitted to hospitalizations, but then that started kicking in when I crossed the 40-year-old range.
All right. Now tell the listening audience what a sickle cell crisis feels like. What's that feel like when it happens?
Well, it feels like you're walking around with knives stuck in different parts of your body, and you go in phases of pain, and it can be so bad that, you just hurt so bad you can't even cry because water's precious.
Yeah, right. I get it, man. It is one big bad voodoo daddy sickle cell crisis pain, man. So before longevity, you're having how many attacks a year of the crisis?
Well, it was different degrees, but I would probably be admitted once or twice a year in the hospital and probably maybe go to ER once or twice and then maybe have to go home and rock and moan and hum and sing, spirituals.
Yeah. I mean, it is a cross to bear, man. It is a cross to bear. Now, in addition to the stabbing knife-like pain that would come on and off, what was your energy like dealing with sickle cell?
Well, when you have a sickle cell, just when it's creeping up, your energy is like you've been staying up for 3 days carrying a backpack up in the mountains. I mean,
that's a good one, man. I mean, so your energy is in the crapper, right?
Right. It's good if you can just hold your pants up and crawl,
All right. So now you see the light, right? Thank God. Go to a Dr. Wallach lecture, I'm assuming, and then you start the longevity stuff. And what happened to the sickle cell crises? I mean, now how many times do you have to go to the emergency room every year?
Well, I haven't had to go, so...
Knock on wood. And how's your energy, man? What's your energy like?
Well, I'm not trying to be funny, but I can eat sometimes once a day and make it, and then just take the vitamins twice.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've lost like 20 pounds plus. My blood pressure is 120/78. It's rainy here now, and you can feel it. I'm not going to say, well, you don't feel nothing. I can feel that the weather's changing, but it's not bothering me to where it's stopping me. And I ride my bicycle back and forth and do it whatever I want.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, straight from the horse's mouth. Medical nutrition is the best thing to happen to you since the sterile technique. Stick around. We're talking to the Sickle Cell Warrior, one of my favorite guests here at Fire Your MD Now, Derek from Indy. So look, Derek, man, there's something that I want to tell you here, heart to heart, man to man. An old falsehood is always more easy to believe than a new truth. An old falsehood is always easier to believe than a new truth. Now, I do not want you to get frustrated. I do not want you to become downcast. I do not want you to think that it is you that has the problem because you pitch this message of, hey, man, we can support and promote the structure and function of your body with sickle cell anemia, and you do not have to suffer like you're suffering. But you tell this to people, and they turn a blind eye. It's not your fault. The sower had good seed. Some fell on rocky ground. Some the birds got. Some started to grow and got choked by the weeds. It was only 25% of the seed, right, that fell on fertile ground. So do not give up. Do not get frustrated. Soldier on, my brother, because in order to bring one person into the light of medical nutrition, you got to show it to 10, sometimes 15. It's simply a numbers game. Do not think that it's you that has the problem. It is the audience that has the problem. And, you know, you have to develop a thick skin in this business. But every once in a while, buddy, it pays off big time. Every once in a while, you're going to get somebody and you are going to remarkably change their life. And then that spreads like wildfire. Network marketing with longevity is not for the faint of heart, and it is not quick overnight success. It's a grind. You have to grind it out every day. You have to develop a thick skin. You have to not care what other people say, because everybody's got their own ideas about everything anyway. Everybody sees things through these filters. It's nonsense. You stick with it, man, and within 5-10 years, you're going to make a gigantic difference in Indianapolis. Quite frankly, it's going to spread throughout the United States. It already is. So hang tough, Derek. Hang tough, and life is going to be good for you. Now, let's talk about autism, shall we? In the autistic arena, there's something called the autism spectrum. And as it turns out, there's like 50 different shades of gray of autism, right? And that's why it's called the autism spectrum. Some kids are born unbelievably autistic, and some kids half and half so, and some kids just an eeny-weeny teeny bit autistic. It depends, and it shows up at different ages after birth, different time sequences after birth also. So depending on where the child is along the spectrum, you can help them a tremendous amount, you can help them a little bit, or you can help them hardly at all. But it's worth a try, because autism, from our point of view, has nothing to do with vaccinations. It has everything to do with bad nutrition in the mother's blood when she was pregnant. Just like cystic fibrosis, Dr. Wallach proved that cystic fibrosis is caused by a deficiency in the mineral selenium in the blood of the pregnant mother at a certain stage of fetal development. Same thing for sickle cell anemia, same thing for muscular dystrophy. Once that switch has been flipped, you can't unflip it. But as you've already experienced, you can do a lot to mitigate the damage. You can do a lot because your body is actively always trying to right the ship, trying to fix itself, trying to optimize its function. And what we do is support and promote the ability of the body to fix itself, and that is never, ever, ever a bad thing to do, no matter how bad the situation is. So, from our point of view, to support and promote the structure and function of the central nervous system, right, because it's the central nervous system that's messed up with autistic kids, the recommendation is as follows. 1, healthy brain and heart pack. 1 healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight per day. 1 bottle of plant minerals per 100 pounds of body weight per day. 1 bottle of Smart FX per 50 pounds of body weight per day. Complete elimination of the 10 bad foods. complete elimination of the 10 bad foods, and a diet that is extremely high in cholesterol. This kid needs to not even look at fried food. I mean, not even look at fried food. If they're driving around the neighborhood and they drive past the Kentucky Fried Chicken, I only want them to be upwind of the Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't even want to be downwind of fried food. That's how bad fried food is for autistic kids. It's bad. I don't even want them to look at it. They're looking at a picture of a French fry on a magazine. They turn the page quick. It's bad. Don't even go there. Don't even think about going there. They must eliminate the 10 bad foods if they. So, again, one healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Let's not forget the selenium. 1 bottle of selenium per 50 pounds of body weight per month. 1 bottle of Smart FX per 50 pounds of body weight per month, and 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals per 100 pounds of body weight per month. That is a most excellent recipe. I don't care if the kid's 10 pounds. I don't care if he's 110 pounds. I don't care if he's 1,000 pounds. That's the recipe for success. I would not do the pollen burst because the pollen burst has caffeine in it. I wouldn't go there at all. I would just stick with the healthy brain and heart pack, the selenium, the plant minerals, and the Smart FX plus the diet. Now, somebody shut me up here. So does that sound good for you, Derek? I mean, got any questions, man?
Oh, no, that just sounds really, really good. But I just wanted to add that the reason why I call myself the real sickle cell warrior, because you have people out there that call themselves sickle cell warriors. And I just kind of said that just to kind of put a challenge to them, because they normally talk about how much they can take and how much pain and medicine they can endure.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to tell them about a solution, they ignore what you're saying, and they want to tell you about how much more they can suffer, and almost makes your eyes roll back. And so, in my mind, a warrior is someone who wins a battle sometimes.
Well, that's
Maybe
right. I mean,
war.
you got to be smart, man. And that's like the old saying goes, right? People rattle their chains to celebrate their freedom. That's nonsense. People rattle their prescription medication bottles to celebrate their health. I can't tell you how many people. It's virtually everybody that I've ever treated. Virtually everybody. Except for, it's the majority of people that I've treated. They'll sit down in my office, and the first thing they say is, "Hey, doc, I'm pretty healthy. I'm pretty healthy. But I have type 2 diabetes, I have arthritis, and I have irritable bowel." Well, what? I mean, how can you be healthy and have high blood pressure, arthritis, and irritable bowel? Those things, the presence of those things by definition means that you are not healthy, right? We've got it completely backwards. So people just, they kind of, they get all machoed up and think about, sickle cell is not going to hurt me. Oh, this cancer is not going to kill me. Oh, I'm going to fight the cancer. Well, good luck. And it's people like you, Derek, that are making a difference. It is, make no doubt about it, man. And I am not blowing smoke here. I am not trying to prop you up for no reason. You are the last best hope your friends, family, church members, and community members have to live a healthy and wealthy life. It's all on you, brother. But you've got the upline to support you. You've got Longevity to support you. You've got Dr. Wallach to support you. And I've got your back 24/7. So keep doing what you're doing, man. I am very privileged to even be on the same phone call with people like you. Keep it up, Derek. Your world depends on you. And thank you so much for the phone call.